All right. What's up, bro?
What's up?
All right, we're back again, and today we're just gonna hit it with another topic. All right, Ryan, let me ask you this:
Yeah.
do you care about what other people think of you?
99% of people, no.
Yeah.
There's like maybe a handful of people that I would actually value what they think of me,
Yeah.
just because of who they are, like to me.
What if Kanye West walked to you right now and told you?
Kanye, I don't give a fuck, dude.
Dude, have you seen what he's been going through?
Dude, he's been crashing
Holy
out.
shit, dude.
No,
Did
he's
you-
crazy, dude.
Dude, what's going on? Oh, shit. Do you hear about this where he's like, he talked about him sucking off his cousin?
Dude,
Do you hear
that new
that?
song that he dropped, yeah,
Oh, excuse me.
that's fucking wild, dude.
Dude, until they're 14.
And he made the whole chorus of the song.
Yes.
Just
Oh my god,
him
bro.
giving his cousin head. It's fucking wild. Dude.
Yeah, he's going off right now, dude. But yeah, go back to the topic. Okay, so right now, you don't care about what 99% of people say.
Yeah,
But
pretty much, yeah.
so you 1%, yes. But growing up, as you're growing up from being a kid, a teenager to like adulthood, was that different back then during those early days of stage?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. So let's just do
Yeah.
let's do age rate. All right, so let's do 0 to 10. So like when you're born to like elementary school. A lot of times people cared about you trying to be the cool kid on the
Yeah.
playground. So I think as a kid in elementary school, I think I'm guilty of it too. Like you wanted to stand out on the playground, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody tried to be
Or
bigger.
you wanted to be in like the cool group or whatever it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, so as growing up from mostly elementary school, that's how I thought. Which is, I mean, it's kind of weird, but as a kid, that's how I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's for most people how it was.
Yeah, try to blend in, try to be the cool kid in elementary.
Yeah.
So moving on, so let's just do middle school. Ages 10 to 13, 13, 14.
Yeah, I'm still, at least for me, I think still, because that was, around then is when people started to like find their personality and,
Yeah.
and hobbies and whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then I think that was also when people were a lot more like judgmental.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
If you liked weird stuff, or
Oh,
like if
dude.
you like nerdy stuff.
Oh, fuck
that'd
that,
be
dude.
like, yeah.
Dude, I remember, yeah, because we grew up in a different time. It's not like every day now where anime is mainstream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you talked about anime when we were growing up in middle school, bro.
You're a loser.
Oh,
straight
fuck,
loser.
dude. They were like, if it was like growing up in like, if it was a movie, bro, you'd be like they'll give you a wedgie and hang you from the pool, bro. That's how,
Yeah.
that's how bad it was. Yeah, so middle school, it was a lot more judgy. That's why it was always hard to find, like, during that time, like you said, you found your hobby and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's always, you gotta be very careful who you share it with.
Yeah.
Because then someone or everyone would be like judging you, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
for
blah.
sure.
Yeah, so it's always weird because I would go home and watch anime, but then I would have no one at school to talk to about it, really.
Mm-hmm.
But now you can literally just go anywhere and everyone be like, oh shit, you saw that?
Yeah.
Which is insane, but like I'm glad it's mainstream now, so more people can come out and be like, yeah. And then let's just, from high school, you're 14, 15 to like 18, 19.
I think it was still pretty judgy
Yeah.
zone.
Yeah.
I think maybe for sure freshman, sophomore year was still pretty much like that.
Yeah.
Not until like maybe halfway through junior year, and then for sure senior year was like when I started not really caring
Yeah.
as much, because I'd be like, you know, after this year, I'm not gonna see like
Half
most
the-
of these people
yeah.
for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
I think-
completely different place, so
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Yeah. I think around for me for high school, I think it's also the school you went to, the area you went to, and how like the people around you. Because for me, and during high school, I just stopped caring about what other people said. To be honest with you, I just
Yeah.
like I would literally at that time we had smartphones, bro. You would literally catch me watching anime in like school, and I was like, yeah. But I think luckily for me, most of the people I went through or went to, so most of us knew each other from elementary school, middle school, and high school.
Yeah.
So we knew each other pretty tightly, so we were able to share more openly about it because everyone knew each other because we're friends. So it's always a little easier. We weren't judged as much, and around that time, majority of like more social media opened up more, and people, I guess, opened up about themselves more. So during high school, I still think a lot of people still cared about what you think. because
Yeah.
because I think during that time there's a lot of peer pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I lost some of my good friends too. They got
Mm.
peer pressure into doing a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing,
Yeah.
and yeah, so because they cared about like, trying to look cool still.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we're over here watching anime in high school. No, I'm just kidding.
Shit.
Yeah, so how do you feel about it today? Like the current generation, the people around you? Because you and me, we see a lot of people, we talk to a lot of people. Do you still think that they actually, like, a lot of people still care about what other people think? Or like from the way we see society right now?
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
If anything, it might be even more heightened
Yeah.
because of this whole like TikTok era
Yeah.
and stuff.
The TikTok
Like
generation.
everyone wants to. It's so weird. Like all the young people now, they want to be like influencers, like
Yeah.
entrepreneurs, and all this stuff, and like they have like super crazy goals and stuff.
It's
and
like-
then if there's people that are not doing the same stuff, they're like, "What are you doing with your life?" They're like,
Yeah.
I'm sure they're a lot more judgy still.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I got like, most of them be like, oh, I got 100K follower on like TikTok,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
they're like, how much you got? I'm like, bro, I don't even use TikTok like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
It's also really sad to see when people do that. There's a video, I forgot who it was, but there's a girl on TikTok. She had like 4 million followers, right? And she hosted a meet and greet at like a convention or whatever. And you know how they had like booths and stuff, and there's line? Nobody showed up for her.
Yeah.
Out of 4
million.
Yeah, out of 4 million people following her, nobody showed up. Like nobody, like, I don't know if it's staged or whatnot, because she could probably just told all her friends, like, or fans, like, oh, hey, let me just get a quick thing, because we don't even know half things are real or not anymore.
Yeah,
Because a lot of it could be
yeah.
staged, but like, if it was true, that's really sad to see.
Yeah.
Because you build something with your arm, like, because like you said, they have like high goals and stuff, and they were able to reach 4 million is a big number.
Yeah, yeah.
Even in like TikTok, obviously TikTok, there's like like hundreds of million people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Go back to the question is, do you think social media plays into how people react to certain things? Like, do they care about their image more because of social media, or do they care about what other people say due to social media?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'll start it. So basically, I think like social media, it's only showing people's best life. Like they're like being fit, wearing the
Right.
best clothes, nice house, cars. But then we don't know the behind the story. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they could be like, yes, we see the nice part, but what about like the real life aspect? Are they in debt because doing that? Is it a rental? Is it a lease?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always hidden people, but the people who see, or like kids, the ones that usually see, it's like they're really impressionable. So they're like, oh my God, that's so cool. I'm gonna keep following this guy and keep up.
Yeah,
But then it's like, I want to be like him. I want to work out, try to make a lot of money. But then they don't realize like this guy could be really struggling. It's just like an image. I don't know if you've seen. So there's a video of a guy, right? He's in an Italian restaurant, or I don't know if it's Italian, but he has a plate of food, right? So he's smiling, being recorded. And the moment they finish recording, he's like, ah, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the sad reality. So it's always hard to see if the content people make are like genuine, because at the end of the day, it's like most of them only chase the numbers. They're not actually in it to
Yeah,
be in
yeah.
it. Yeah,
It's definitely a tiring lifestyle.
yeah. But I mean, like, plus, I think you don't really make money on TikTok until you're like in the 1%. Like even if you have like 10 million, I don't think you make as much as you think. That's why a lot of them transition over to like YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I think any big person on TikTok, they have to have like multiple other
Yeah.
platforms that they're using, and then they'll be like making like a decent amount. But
Yeah.
if it's just straight up TikTok, I don't think they could really survive just on that.
Yeah.
And then there's also like the brand deals and stuff.
I'd probably
The
make a lot of shit, ton of money.
Companies pay you to make the TikToks.
Yeah.
They pay out for that.
That's a lot of money. I know brand deals are like crazy. Like depending on some of the brand deals, that's still not like. So I think I'm not too 100% sure, but if we compares like the numbers on YouTube versus TikTok, the one on YouTube usually like makes on average probably more. Don't quote me on that. I'm
Maybe,
pretty sure, yeah,
I
because
mean, the longer form content, probably.
yeah,
I don't know the specifics, but
because on TikTok, because I don't use TikTok, is there ads? Do you see a lot of ads going through?
every once in a while, yeah.
Yeah, because say for example, you watch like a YouTube video, right? You have ads playing before, so that's how they generate their revenue. But for TikTok, like you said, once in a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like once in a while, yeah. Otherwise, it's like it's like clearly like a paid ad.
Yeah.
From a content creator.
Okay, like
that you
a
come
sponsor,
across.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. So then we're gonna move on. Do you think others should care about what other things? Wait, what the fuck? Do you think other people should care about what other people think about them? Yeah, that makes Obviously, the answer is always no for me.
I would say no.
Yeah, no.
Probably no.
Yeah.
But there are rare cases where there's some of these kids
Yeah.
are a little bit too comfortable in their niche like interests and stuff.
Yeah.
Where they're like so much so like they don't give a fuck, like they want to do what they want to do.
Which is bad.
That they're like they have no interests in common with anybody.
Yeah.
And then they're just like kind of tucked away in their own little world. When it comes that extreme where it's like it's affecting your like social life,
Yeah.
then I think it's like, maybe you should take some advice from
Some people.
some people.
Yeah.
But I think for the most part, just do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah. So no, there's one thing that, bro. There's one thing that always bugs me. It's like hygiene. Some people just don't realize how bad they smell. I never found it really, like, there is really no nice way of saying, like, hey, bro, you need a shower.
Yeah.
Or, it's like, or how would you say, it's like, hey, man, it's like, I'm not trying to make fun of you, not trying to be messed up or anything, but, like, you smell. Like, what the fuck? What do you tell somebody like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like-
that's a hard one.
Yeah.
Because
Obviously, there's always, like, certain things like that. You want to be nice because it's in the best interest, not just for you, but for them, too.
It's a sensitive topic, I think.
Yeah.
But I think it's for some people it is probably necessary for somebody to actually tell them before they realize, like, oh, I didn't know I smell like shit.
Damn, dude, that's fucking insane. Yeah.
Start actually like taking care of themselves a little bit more. But
Well, because proper hygiene should be proper hygiene. It's like, it's
Yeah.
common sense. Well, it should be. It should be common. Like, it's like always like the convention, like Anime Expo, because we live in LA. Bro, it's always funny because there's a meme or whatever. I thought about doing it too, where it's like we go around buying like deodorant and go around selling to people. Say, hey, you need this, and just give it out as free, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, because it's summertime in LA, it gets really hot, and there's hundreds of thousands of people there in line.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's proper hygiene. I would try to give you like advice on like that, but or like try to tell you like, hey man, I'm not trying to make fun of you, blah blah. But I think just roll some deodorant. Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right. That's like, obviously there's always other aspects of it, like if you want advice and stuff like that, but like that's the one that always comes to my mind. It's like the easy one to like give an example of. All right, we're just gonna end off on this right here. Do you have any advice for someone who doesn't care about what other thinks, or any advice for someone who cares too much about what other think? Let's just start with the one that don't care at all.
I would say if it's somebody that doesn't care about anything like at all, but they're having trouble like finding interests with people, or like finding a job, or like just like carrying out like normal daily life stuff, then I think they should maybe think a little bit about like, oh, if this is happening, what's the reason behind it? Like,
maybe change the way you talk to people, the way you dress a little bit. You know what I mean? You don't come up too menacing. There's a lot of advice, but because remember, society is a little scary, bro. People out here are scary. Like even some people look a little too scary, and they might be the nice person. Bro, we have encountered with that too. It's like someone looks so menacing, like you're like, nah, I don't want to deal with them. But then they could be the nicest person. Yeah, maybe just like, obviously some people can't change the way that they physically look, but you can always like smile, you know what I mean? To become a little more friendly. But then for my advice for anyone, just like, you know what, man, if you don't care, just do what the fuck you want. I really don't care, bro. But as long as everything you do is legal, and you're not hurting anyone, or you're not like, just keep doing whatever you want to do, man. Because sometimes, bro, I don't even want to talk to anybody. I understand that some days you just want to be by yourself, not give a fuck about anything. You know what I mean? I understand that part. And then, any advice you got to people who care a little too much about what other things?
care too much. I think it goes back to this, a similar reasoning.
Yeah.
If it's like affecting your daily life, of you like wondering, like
You gotta
thinking
buy-
about so much stuff, like,
Yeah.
oh, I need to look this way to fit in with this group of people.
Yeah.
I need to do this. I need to play this kind of game
Yeah.
to seem cool or whatever it is. Then it's like you're using way too much energy
Yeah.
to look a certain way that you're really not. And it's just too much energy wasted on what other people what you think other people want to see from you.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think it's just, the way I think about it is like most of these people are NPCs, man. You're never gonna see them again, you know, unless
Yeah.
you see them daily. That's a different story. But most people I consider NPCs. And then, dude, I'm no offense to people. It's like, bro, like you could be living your best life, and if we never met, if I say hi to you and you say hi, it's cool. You know what I mean? But we're not gonna have like a long conversation, bro. I'm not gonna be part of your life. You know, I'm gonna be like, hey, how you been? How's the wedding? It's like, yo, you have a good wedding? Like, I'm not gonna do that. So I consider most people just NPCs.
Yeah.
They just,
I mean,
it's
yeah.
it's like a set program that they do every week. That it's like obviously we have our usual stuff like, oh, we go to work, do that, and then stuff like that. But I consider a lot of people just NPCs, bro. Like when people sit in the freeway, they're just NPCs.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
we're like in the Minecraft movie or whatever,
Yeah.
and everyone's an NPC. But my advice
there's
is
a-
like, if you care too much about like your image, don't do that, man. Like don't go buy like LV bags if you don't got the money for it. You know what I mean? One of my biggest like pet peeves is people. I hate when people like buy an item, and they ask me, oh, do you like it? I'm like, why the fuck are you asking me, dude?
I hate that,
Dude,
man.
yeah. I was like, you didn't buy it for me, did you?
That happens a lot in at my work.
Oh,
Like,
dude.
Somebody will come in,
Yeah.
and then they like something,
Yeah.
and then they're trying it on. They're like, oh, I feel this is dope. Then they FaceTime their friend like, hey, what do you think of this? And then their friend is like, that shit's whack. And then they're like, oh yeah, it's whack.
Oh shit, dude.
And then they
I
don't end up
buy
taking it. Like, dude, if you like it yourself, just get it for yourself.
Who the
dude.
fuck cares, man? It's like,
Yeah.
are you buying certain things to impress other? Like, I hope you're not. No one should be doing that. Don't buy something to impress somebody. Buy it because you actually genuinely like it and you want to use it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I've had multiple times like, fuck, I don't want to say it because they're gonna probably. All right, so I had a buddy, or not buddy. I know somebody. Let's just say I'm not. They bought a guitar, right? Pretend I'm changing it up because I know they're gonna be watching this.
Yeah. Okay.
They bought a guitar, right? And they're playing, and I was like, oh, that shit's cool, right? And I was like, oh, do you like it? And I'm like, I don't even know how to play guitar. Like,
Yeah.
I like the way you're playing it, but like, he asked me, he's like, oh, what do you think about guitar? It's like, do you like the guitar? I'm like, I don't know how to play guitar. It does look cool, but I was like, I didn't buy it for myself. You didn't buy it for
Yeah.
me, did you? If you
Yeah.
bought it for me, I'll take it though. But yeah, but I don't like that idea when someone buys something that, and they ask me, do I like it? I'll be like, it's cool. I'm always gonna say it's cool. Because unless it's a really stupid financial, if you buy like an LV purse and you tell me, do you like it? I'm like, why the fuck you telling me, dog? I didn't buy that.
Yeah.
So yeah, for those who actually care too much, just stop, man.
Yeah.
There's
Just do it for yourself.
yeah,
man.
dude. Do you, brother?
Life is way,
Way
too
too
short,
short.
to be
Trying-
worrying about other people's shit. Just
Yeah.
get what you want, make your own life enjoyable, and
Yeah.
that's all you got time for.
No, but I'll be honest, bro. It's like we saying this now too, but the moment I sit in traffic, bro, and people, oh my god, bro, it's like people cut me off. They almost run into me, and I'm like, it doesn't matter. They're NPCs. But you're in your head, you're like, I'm screaming. It's like, yo, that was dangerous.
Yeah.
That's the only time. It's like, obviously, I don't care, but like, what some people, that action on the freeway. We live in LA, so traffic's already bad, and that's the only time where I'm gonna go back against my rule, and it's like, get the fuck out of my way, you know.
Yeah.
I care a little too much when I'm on traffic because it's, everyone's driving a bomb, bro. What the hell?
Yeah.
Everyone's driving like a motorized vehicle that you can kill somebody with.
Yeah.
So you gotta be careful. That's the only time I'm gonna get really mad and start thinking like, hey, you gotta back the hell off.
Yeah.
All right. I hope you guys enjoy that one, and please take care of yourself out there, and we'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.
Peace.